Hello there, welcome to Old Trafford for the second last 16 tie in the Vitality T20 Blast, and it's an England-Wales affair because Lancashire take on Glamorgan in the second of our live games. Lancashire have got one or two England regulars like James Anderson and Keaton Jennings and Liam Livingston in their side, Josh Butler, Marcus Labashon as well, and Mitch Marsh of course, and the two Marshes in the Glamorgan side. Conditions: 19% chance of rain, 28 degrees, and the pitch looks in fantastic condition. Good for batting, you think, here, as we're live here at JB Sports. The toss has been called by Glamorgan. They've called a tail, and tails it is. Glamorgan have won the toss, and what they're going to do here. They've chosen to bowl first. That is an interesting situation, but it is what it is. So Lancashire into bat. I think that is a very risky strategy from Glamorgan. Remember, this is knockout 2020 cricket now. The final, of course, being played at Lords. Both semi-finals, incidentally. One semi-final being played here at Old Trafford, the other at Edgbaston later on in the piece. So we're going to have neutral venues for the two semi-finals. Lancashire ready to go. Liam Livingston and Keaton Jennings. They've been hitting twosome. Old Trafford starting to fill up here this Thursday tea time. And we will get a conclusion here this evening. So DeLong to bowl the first ball of the innings to Keaton Jennings. Runs through the offside, or just the one for Livingston, for Jennings, and oh my word, 5 of them. Overthrows, not the best start for Glamorgan, it's got to be said. Now Jennings hit it through the offside. Looked as if it was just going to be the single, but it's now 5 without loss, and an interesting start there. And hit again through on the offside. This time there'll just be the single. So 6 without loss. Liam Livingston. 60 games, highest ever score in 2020 cricket is 100. And that will be the first boundary off the bat. If you take away the overthrows. A shot there from Livingston, went into the stroke and hit it through the onside. It's a good start for Lancashire. Being put into bat, remember, by the Glamorgan side. 10 without loss after 3 deliveries. DeLong is the man at the moment. Oh, that's nicely played. That's another boundary. Consecutive boundaries there to Liam Livingston. And Lancashire showing the Glamorgan boys absolutely no mercy at the start of this game. Power play so important in here in 2020 cricket. Oh, nice. Through the offside again, and Livingston really cottoning on to this. Timeless, just hitting the shot so timeless, and with the consummate of ease. This is not a good start from Glamorgan. They're probably the outsiders out of everybody with the bookmakers. You could have got them as much as 50-1 to win the competition, considering who they have drawn. And at the moment their fielding looks shambolic, it looks all over the place, and Livingston is cashing in here on this power play. As the crowds here flock, I'll try to flock there, so Tim van der Gurten will come on now to try and Stem the tide. 22 without loss after the first over. Livingston 16. King Jennings on 6, although 5 of them came from an overthrow, although it will count as Jennings, and they take a quick single and get there. 23 on the board then. No wicket down. And Livingston 16 from 4. Oh, beautiful. There's nothing more to be said about that. Livingston is seeing the ball like a beach ball. Smashing it through the offside. Look at that, face of the bat. And just use the pace of the delivery there from Van der Gugton and did the rest. We'll take a single here. Good running again, 28 without loss. Live cricket here on JB Sports. Thursday night is cricket night. And here this Thursday night we've got an absolute cracker for you. Oh, the lofty version. And Jennings is getting a piece of the action as well. 32 without loss now. Showed the face of the bat, showed the maker's name. And again used the pace of the ball. Almost went for 6 as well, the funny thing about that. Jennings not out 11, Livingston 21. Well, they thought about the single, thought better of it in the end. Coming up to the 2 overs completed then of this first innings. End of the over, 32 without loss. Good start for Lancashire. Graham Wagg. That's 4 for 50, 5 for 14. Wearing number 1 on the back of his jersey. Oh, he's going to be hit for 6. I think that's going to be the first 6 of the game. Yes. Out the ground. Livingston isn't messing about here. Lancashire, one of the pre-tournament favourites, along with Yorkshire and Somerset and Surrey and one or two and Warwickshire and 1 or 2 others. Proving just why. A shot again by Livingston, but we picked off there down at deep third man. Well, whoever has been lucky enough to get in at the start here at Old Trafford has certainly had their money's worth, as Wagg will come wagging in. 39 without loss. Thought for a moment they might take a single, but some good fielding there by the Glamorgan boys. They'll run off that over, or that delivery. And just quite happy just to not to worry about things at this moment in time. They know they've got plenty to go at. Into the over, 39 without loss. Obviously not out 28 of 8. They are thinking about runs straight away. That's the thing at the moment. Van der Gugton is certainly steaming in there. Good shot from Livingston, just gets the 1. He is seeing the ball very much like the beach ball effect, and it's actually quite good to see, really, in a lot of respects. Take another single again, Lancashire. As Old Trafford starts to fill up increasingly here. Oh, playing a miss there from Livingston. That's the first one he's absolutely played and missed. Oh, the atmosphere is quite electric out there now. That's four. And a nice way to finish the over there from Liam Livingston. Turn to the over. Wag now into the attack. Jennings not out 12 from 11. 45 on the board. Oh, it's going to be overthrows. That's twice that's happened. Twice that's happened. No, it's going to 49. Just the 4 overthrows. Didn't run any extra singles. It's in the air, but he's safe. And 50 up now for Lancashire. Comes up at no time at all. Well, Jennings and Livingston really taking the fight to Glamorgan here in this power play. They have to. Marsh couldn't reach it there, down by the deep third man boundary down at Cow Corner. So 4.3 overs have gone by. And that is in the air, and that is going to be 4 more, and 61 on the board. They're cashing in here, the Lancashire lads. And was this a mistake by Glamorgan to bowl first on this pitch? I wonder. And I think Lancashire, I think their captain spoke afterwards, after the toss was made, away from us, that he would have liked to have had a bat first, so he wasn't too unhappy. That's another good shot in the air from Jennings, and another boundary. 65 on the board. They are having a real purple patch out there, the two openers for Lancashire. Some great 2020 cricket going on here, and they're well above what they wait to be at the penultimate over before the power play is over. Well, they were a bit hesitant there in the running, but it doesn't matter. End of the over. 65 without loss. Marchant de Lang. If they go at 17 and over, it's 320 current, will be 260. Livingston 33. But they take this at this stage. At 6. Oh, you don't need to run for those. 71 now on the board. This is just some magnificent batting. Livingston smashing it through the offside and into the stand for 6. It's what Richie Bennell would call a Dorothy. the deep third man, and that'll be 4 as well. 75 without loss, and this really is good batting from Lancashire. Now cashing in. Livingston 43 not out. And in the air, that'll be 79 for no wicket. This is great cricket from Lancashire. And if you're a Glamorgan player right now, it's going to be on all sorts of trouble. And if you were 50-1 before the start of the game, you're probably odds of lengthened to about 66-1. And you look at the teams left in it. And that could be 50. It is, I think, yes. Down the exit it goes. It's 6 more and 50 for Liam Livingston. And what a 22-minute blast he has really put on here. 18 balls pace, 4 8s, 8 4s and 3 6s. Quite the remarkable stroke. Down the ground. They go for the single and they get there. End of the power play. What about that? 86 without loss. And that's Livingston's raglan. 3 6s through the same part of the ground there. Just unbelievable. As we see Andrew Salter now come on, a bit of spin now. Will we see a little bit more turn maybe on the pitch? Let's just slide the overweight down a little bit. Of course, we'll take a quick break at the 10 over mark, and then we join you for the final 10 overs. I've been uninterrupted here on JB Sports. That's a 4 more. Deep third man's not going to cut that off. Keaton Jennings now starting to pair and starting to motor a little bit now, and this is some game that we've got going on here. I'll take no run off that delivery. No panic, just knocking around for 1s and 2s. They don't have to take unnecessary risks here. Lancashire, they could go out for 11, 10 overs and still make a very big total, so it's not beyond the realms of any great deal of possibilities. 4 more. A little bit streaky this time from Liam Livingston through the onside that time. We're going to see Mitchell Marsh now, the Australian. Can he stand the Lancashire tide? It's going to be a 100 partnership for the first wicket here. Jennings still not out, 37. It's going to be under partnership. What a way to get to the 100 for Lancashire. These two have really took the Glamorgan attack absolutely to smithereens. 59 for Livingston, 41 for Jennings. In the air and 4. Oh, and this is great batting from Lancashire. And now 0 from 8. Oh, he's gone down the ground. I don't think he's got it well enough. I don't think. He hasn't. He's gone. Jennings has been caught, and the wicket goes down, and the first wicket for 100. There's the shot again. He was trying to go down the ground towards the commentary box end here at Old Trafford, but it was just easily pouched there, and it was a good catch by Lloyd. Mitchell Marsh with the wicket. Jennings fouled for 45. 1 for 104 Lancashire. This is Stephen Croft, the captain, to the wicket. Never scored 100 in 2020 cricket, of course. So 104 that first partnership was worth. And what a good shot that from Livingston. Attempt at a Yorker from Mitch Marsh, and it's got the full treatment. And this increasingly, and this crowd here are getting very increasingly forward by the minute. Are absolutely loving the batting here that first of all Livingston, and before that Keaton Jennings was putting on. 110 for 1. We've not even reached the 10 over mark yet of the game. One more. Deep third man, nowhere near. So easy for people at Livingston, and it's just controlled to perfection. Got the wicket Marsh, but he's conceded an awful lot of runs as the 8th over ticks by, and we're 2 overs away from the drinks break here at Old Trafford. But Lancashire really proving in this plus 10 overs what they are all about. Salter now the spin bowler. Croft on strike, yet to get off the mark. He'll get off the mark, Lee. No, he won't. He's gone. So Croft has gone. Salter breaks the breakthrough for Glamorgan. And the Lancashire skipper has gone without scoring. Good shot, but could have got to the boundary, but Wag was there. And that was a first ball duck for Croft. 114 for 2. That's Glenn Maxwell. Another Australian makes his way to the middle. Well, he's one of the more destructive 2020 batsmen in the modern era. Well, he's miscued it, but he's got 4. Maxwell action at the non-striker's end. That was Livingston that time. One of the more miscued shots of the game. But he gets a boundary for it. Well, a chance now for Maxwell to see what he's all about then. We saw Croft try to hit Salter down the offside and ended up getting himself out. Let's see how Maxwell does. Well, he's gone big again, but there's nobody there at deep third man. Oh, just short of the rope, but it's 4 anyway. And although it was a very streaky sort of shot, even though it went looping up in the air, the delivery was actually quite okay. It just obviously went a little bit too far up there, but didn't matter. It was 4. In the air, there's a man there, but he'd have to be about 100 foot tall to reach that one. Maxwell's in the groove. Consecutive boundaries, a 4 and a 6. This is terrific entertainment here at Old Trafford this afternoon. As I said, he'd have to be about 100 foot tall. 129 for 2. Salter's been hit for a number. End of the over, 130 for 2. So 1 over to go now before the stream, before the drinks break. And nearing more overthrows there. They've conceded 8 overthrows in the game. Glamorgan, which is absolutely criminal at this level of cricket. Miscued there by Maxwell, but he gets 4. Livingston actually moved to 74 in the last couple of overs as well. I think he was trying to hit it through the onside, and he's ended up flicking it, getting a leading edge through the offside and down to cow corner. Honestly, you couldn't make this stuff up. Of his pads, that'll be just a single. 3 balls to go before drinks. Marsh again, 1 for 23. Oh, straight down the ground. Livingston just nonchalantly smashed it down the ground. It was absolutely superb. We'll stop. So 1 ball before drinks, and then we'll have a commercial break. Coming your way very shortly. Mitchell Marsh. That might just before. No, they'll just get a couple. So at the end of the over, 141 for 2. We're going to take a short break. Welcome back to the 2020 Blast match at Old Trafford, a knockout match. Placing the quarterfinals. Lancashire now at 142 for 2. We're at 141 as we left it. We've had drinks, and now we're back up and running here on JB Sports. Good stop. That's through the onside. And through the offside. And as I say, there's a great atmosphere here in the ground here at Old Trafford. And the wide ball signal there, which adds to Glamorgan's woes a little bit. And another wide delivery. Oh, this This really is a good atmosphere here at Old Trafford. 2020 always brings out the best in the crowd, and there's another example of it. Through the offside again. This really is fantastic cricket. Livingston 82 not out. Maxwell on strike, takes the single. Or Livingston rather takes the single. Old Trafford's filling up quite nicely now. Oh, that's a good shot, time to take third man. And I wonder if the Glamorgan captain is regretting putting Lancashire in, as they're making good use of this batting surface. That's surely going to be a six. It is. Oh, it nearly went right over the top of that temporary stand, didn't it? Glenn Maxwell really hit that out the screws. That is a beautiful shot. It's got the Lancashire fans absolutely crowing now with delight. Australia knocking us an Australian away, and it could be a consecutive sixes here. Oh, what about that? What about that? Consecutive sixes. This is unbelievable. Glamorgan must be sick as parrots. If only they'd have had the toss again. Would they have batted first? Oh, Marsh. 1 for 46. Maxwell's moved up to 38. Thought about the run there for a second. But we've got a real fanfare now at Old Trafford. 168 for 2. I'll be quite happy with singles at this point in time. 12 overs gone. 163 now on the board. Ran Wag now into the attack. Oh, down to third man. It's going to be another six. Oh, he's in the six hitting mode today, our friend Glenn Maxwell. Used the pace of the ball and just tapped it over the ropes to count corner. Simple. 175 for 2. Good stop there. Hit it into the ground there, Maxwell. And gone. Maxwell's innings comes to an end. And what a moment that is. For Glamorgan, they needed that. Caught and bowled. And it's one of the danger men who have gone. It's Glenn Maxwell. It's just straight back at him. So Cotton Bowl by Wag for 45, 175 for 3 now, Lancashire. Rob Jones coming out to bat. Wag getting a little bit of a reward there. And Jones hits it high in the air. There's a bailsman there, but he can't reach it. He'd have to be about 15 foot tall. Straight back down his head, over the bowler's head and into the pavilion. Attempt at a Yorker. Not only was it kept out, it was going 60 miles high into the stratosphere. 181 now for 3. And coming up to the end of the 13th over. And it's been a profitable batting display from Lancashire, just the 3 wickets down. Livingston 83 not out. I'll take a comfortable single. And that's the end of the over. So Lancashire, the Australian international. What can he do here? Oh. Well, Liam Livingston just says, thank you very much, I'll hit you out of Old Trafford. I think that's hit the tower box behind that stand, you know. Rank delivery, and it got the full treatment from Liam Livingston. Wherever it went, it certainly went in the car park. 10 away from a magical 2020 century. Moves to 91 now with that shot. Lancashire doing themselves a lot of good now, giving themselves a good target to chase, to defend. And the Glamorgan run chase is going to be probably one of the highest 2020 run chases ever, I think, in the history of the game, stretching back over an 18-year history of the competition. Started, of course, in 2003. Mainly started as a bit of fun for the cricketers, but it really has gotten serious over the last sort of 10 years as well, especially when they've put on international games. T20 World Cup has always been a fantastic spectacle. And down the ground, no run there. So 192 for 3, Jones 8 from 4, Livingston 92 of just 37 deliveries. Typical Pearson 2020 innings, end of the over. That's the score it is, 192 for 3. 6 overs remain of the Lancashire innings, and they're well set. Well, Livingston just about left it. That's a wonderful shot. Above the shoulder, but that didn't put Livingston off. He's 4 away from that a rare milestone sometimes in 2020 cricket. And he's going to get it in the most spectacular style. 100 for Liam Livingston. It's into the park behind, it's into the trees behind the stand. What an innings he's put up. 102 not out. And 10 off the leg over. And he's going to get Livingston. He's going to get number 6. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is just extraordinary. It has been one of the most remarkable games of cricket, or 2020 innings, I think I've probably seen for a long time. They'll try and get one, and they make it. Well, it's an interesting proposition. Remember, we'll have a half hour's break, and then we'll see the Glamorgan run chase live on the JB Sports YouTube channel.
Into the 15th over.
15 overs gone, and that's the scorecard, or the wagon wheel of Livingston. It has been exceptional. So 210 now for 3, 200 up as well in all of that. try and go for at least 240, maybe 250 here, the Lancashire lads. And then it'll be down to the Glamorgan batsmen to see what they can do. And it's in the air from Livingston. As a fielder on the rope, that could be catchable. Well, he'd have to be about 40 foot tall. It's Liam Livingston's day with the bat. I don't think there's any question about that. That is just an exceptional stroke. The ball from Lancashire was poor. Wasn't full, wasn't had a good line, and in the end it got its just rewards, it just deserts in its treatment. And that's in the air, but I think it's going to be caught this time. It is. And that's the end of Liam Livingston. Good catch by Marsh. And well, Lancashire does eventually get the wicket anyway, so a little bit of on back there from Manus Lancashire in the end. And Marsh, nice catch there on the rope. Mitchell Marsh the catcher. 115 for Livingston, 217 for 4 Lancs. Now then, here's another 2020 specialist, Jos Buttler. And he is on the non-striker's end because they cross, so Jones is now the man who's on strike. And he's lucky that got hit into the ground, or it could have been a second ball, second wicket in the row for Lancashire. And that is in the air, and the fielder is not going to reach that. 6. No, this is going down in the memory of this batting performance from Lancashire. And one of Glamorgan absolutely got in their lookers now. I ask myself, the cricket has been extraordinary. In the air, and another 6. They're going for the 240, 250 mark. This is some cricket game now, marching their line now to overs gone for 43. 229 for 4, the Lancs boys. And another 4. And that's Jos Buttler at his imperious best. Just has to show the maker's name, which is a Kookaburra bat. And gets it away from Carlson and right on that boundary rope there. And that's his first boundary of the innings. 233 for 4. This is looking good for Lancashire. T20 plus winners 4 years ago. Only ever won it once this competition. Reached the final several times, and then I've just fallen at the last hurdle. Jones will get another boundary, he'll get another 6er. And it nearly hit the coach there behind the stand there. Another 134 yard 6er again. An attempt at the Yorker, didn't touch the pitch, the ball. And it's on the up. And in, out she goes out the ground. Hope those coach windows are reinforced. That's all I'll say on the subject. Oh, that's a miscue. That's going to be out. Jones is going to go. Yeah. 5th wicket goes down. A nice little cameo there from Rob Jones. He departs. And off he goes for an early bath. Just miscuing it. I think he was trying to sneak a 6er down to deep third man. Didn't get it. Good catch by Lloyd. He goes for 28. 240 for 5 Lancs. And the new batsman is James Faulkner, another Australian. Well, they could cruise now to 260 at their own pace now. They've done the hard part by scoring big runs earlier on. They can afford to take ones all the way through now to the end and hit the odd boundary. If they get to 250, it's going to be the toughest of asks for Glamorgan. But cricket has a funny way of telling us that nothing's cut and blowed right at this stage. And they're going to try for a single, and they're going to make it easy. 244 for 5, or 242, sorry, for 5. And we've got 3 hours to go. Now minus Lancashire. Good pick up and throw, but it's a single. Oh, threw the wrong end there. Should have thrown the bowler's end. I'm going to say Glamorgan have missed quite a number of tricks today. That's going to deep third man, none before. Josh Butler. This is incredible stuff, this from the Lancashire lads. Went into the stroke, caressed it through the offside. And 4 more is the score. .247 for 5. Take another single there, no doubt. Yep. Inching towards that 250 mark now. No boundaries yet for James Faulkner, but he won't be worried about that. He's just going to play a little cameo at the end now. So too will Butler. Gone. And Butler has gone out there, dragged it onto the stumps. Lancashire trying to flick away and a wide one there, Butler, and the middle stump comes crashing down. So Butler goes for 11, 249 for 6, Lancashire. And that, in fact, was the final delivery of the 18th over as Josh Bohannon comes on. Trying now to roll the penultimate over of the innings. That's going to be 6. Faulkner's got it, and that's 250. 255 for 6 now, Lancashire. They've batted really well from 1 to 6 today. The big batsmen have really got it together. When it's mattered most. Oh, he's dug that out brilliantly. A 10 to the Yorker. It's going to be 6 again. 261. This is unbelievable. Just the wrong choices of delivery from the Glamorgan boys, and that is proving why. Lancashire now have got themselves into a situation where they wouldn't have expected. Don't need to run anything silly now. They've got a very good score on the board now. Anything over 200 is very difficult to get. And the outsiders now proving why the bookies made them outsiders. Even with Mitchell Marsh and Maurice Labuschagne inside, it's The rest of the team haven't really performed to their obviously high standards. They might get a wicket here. And gone. So the 7th wicket falls. And well, as it come too little too late for the Glamorgan boys, it was a miss hit. Trying to finish the innings in a little bit of style here, Lancashire. That was a good catch. Faulkner goes for 15. Lloyd caught well by DeLang. 261 for 7 now. And Mahmood now comes out. Finally made it into the Lancashire tail. 7 balls to go potentially of the Lancashire innings. So they ended the penultimate over. 261 for 7. Well, look at the run rate, 13.74. And get back easily for the single. Good stop. Tell you what, it's been an interesting match tonight, and Lancashire now, I think they'll be quite happy with what they've got at the moment. Again, they'll just take another single, just keep the scoreboard ticking on now. 265 for 7. Well blocked. Well, they go for the big hit. Well, they might as well. 1 ball left. Try and get up to 270. See what they can do here. No, not this time. They'll just take a single and they'll finish on 266 for 7. A good batting display that from Lancashire, and they certainly set the tone with Liam Livingston performing absolutely heroically there. A great performance by him, and Old Trafford stands to evade the Lancashire side who have made 266 for 7. So let's have a look at the scorecard then. Jennings, a very good 45 at the top of the order, but Liam Livingston obviously the star of 115. The only man that didn't score in the innings unfortunately was Stephen Croft, out for a duck. Maxwell was caught in bowl for 45. Rob Jones had a nice little cameo of 28 before he was caught. Butler was bowled by Labajon for 11, and a nice little 11 too from 7 balls. Faulkner went for 15, and Bohannon and Mahmood were the not out batsmen on 2 and 3 runs respectively. Jimmy Anderson and Matt Parkinson didn't have a bat. So there was 2 wides as well. There were some overthrows as well, which actually goes towards the batsman's total, and it wasn't a very good performance. 266 for 7. The bowling figures: DeLang 2 for 68 from 4. The Gudgeon 2 overs, none for 16. Wag 1 for 59 off 4. Salter 3 overs, 1 for 36. Mitchell Marsh 3 overs, 1 for 47. And Marius Labuschagne 4 overs, 2 for 40. And the match summary is: Lancashire have made 266 for 7. Glamorgan need 267 to win at a rate of around about 14 runs per over. It's going to be a tough task. They're going to have half an hour to think about what their tactics are going to be with the bat and their batting order. We'll be back in half an hour with the Glamorgan run chase It's either going to go one or two ways. It's going to be the greatest run chase of all time in 2020 cricket, or it might end up being a complete disaster. We'll have to find out what happens in half an hour's time. Be sure to join us for the conclusion of the match here on JB Sports. But until then, from me, JB, for now, for the next half an hour, we'll take a little break from Old Trafford and we'll rejoin you in half an hour's time. Till then.